I've spent years making FNaF stop motions, but today I'm trying something different. I'm attempting to make free 3D animations with almost no experience, and with each animation it gets more difficult, so let's see if this turns out amazing or a complete disaster. For the first animation, I wanted to recreate a simple walk cycle, so I grabbed a Freddy model which I'll use as our base character to animate. Since I haven't done a lot of 3D animation, mainly just simple animations, this will be quite a challenge, especially since I've never really done a walk cycle before in 3D. The thing that's different about 3D animation compared to stop motion is that instead of having to do every single frame, the software, which in this case I'm using Blender, actually links both the positions and automatically creates movements in between, which makes this much easier than stop motion. I started by doing a simple spring into pose. I thought this would look quite cool as it looks like he spawned in. To make this look as realistic as possible, I added a spring onto the legs for when he lands. Then it was on to making him actually walk. I ended up making 3 steps, and they were all relatively the same for each movement. I moved the leg, then tilted the torso, and finally moved the arm. I did this for every movement, but did it on the opposite side each time. And to make sure the animation looks even better and more realistic, I added impact movements to the ears, jaw, and head after every step. Now I'll let you all watch the progress for the next few steps. Honestly, I'm very happy with how this turned out, especially compared to the previous animations. Yeah, let's just not mention them for the rest of the video. Now it was time to try something more difficult. I seen this video by JG Cruz, who made an animation of Freddy doing a backflip. I thought it was so cool I wanted to give it a try myself. Unfortunately, it just won't look as good, but to make it look as accurate as possible, I'll be using a reference for this animation, which you can find in the description. The first movement is setting up our base movement, which is a jump, followed by the natural movements of a backflip. This just looks bad. But guys, trust the process, trust me, this will look a lot better. Then it was to making him actually flip. I started by rotating Freddy in a similar way as the reference. I tried to have the animation to have a movement keyframe every 2 frames. This stops it from looking like a stop motion and to hopefully be smooth, and rotations don't happen the wrong way, which happened a lot on this animation, but luckily it was a simple fix. I then needed to fix the legs and hands to match the whole reference. Since the arms and legs didn't have much movement and they were linked to the model, it made the whole animation look weird, but changing this made it look a lot cleaner. After that, it was just a simple landing. However, to make this more realistic again, I added impact movements again to the jaw, head and ears. Now I'll let you all watch the rest of the progress in another cool time lapse. Honestly, I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I think this is a very accurate backflip. My only complaint is it probably could have been more robotic, and it loses fluidity at one point. but since I went off of a human reference, I think it's totally fine. Now it's time for the hardest animation in this entire video, and for that, I'm going to have Freddy Fazbear hit the Griddy, since Fortnite won't do it themselves. Now, since the Griddy is an emote in Fortnite, and Fortnite has the beautiful feature of showing animations in full 360, I could shoot references in multiple different positions to help with the reference. Now starting off, I move both the main bone, which links the whole model, the legs, and the feet to create the whole dance. For the leg movement, there usually needs to be a foot movement, or it can end up looking like this. Yeah, Freddy will definitely not be hitting the Griddy like this. Completing this took hours, which sucks because I ended up deleting half the keyframes due to time constraints. Now it was time to start with the arm movement. The arms are pretty simple, as they only follow two movements, forwards and back. I linked these up to the reference so it didn't look all choppy and clunky. I then decided to add an extra movement to the intro, so I ended up having Freddy do a stealthy scary pose, then break into the Griddy. This was very simple and just required me to move the arms and heads mainly. I honestly love this animation, and personally, it's my favorite from the bunch. Let me know which one was your favorite in the comments below. And while you're down there, make sure to like and subscribe, as I have a big video coming out next month, and I'm pretty sure you won't want to miss it. And I'll see you all in the next video.